things have been happening in the background, and I don't really want to go into it. But anyway, this is for the woman who feels foggy, tired, or stuck. Purpose doesn't disappear. Connection just gets noisy. So I was thinking about this today, and I was looking at my pear tree that I can see from my window here, and thinking about how, what does a winter pear tree look like? Well, basically it's bare, got no leaves, and there are a few pears I can see on there that are all shriveled up, brown, disgusting, rotten. I haven't got round to removing them. And just not because they're, those pears weren't good. It's because they weren't gathered in at the right time. They weren't tended to, they weren't used. And I was thinking about unused passion. Those ignored nudges that God says, I want to use you, and you think, nah, don't think I'm ready for that. So this is what this live stream's all about. So if you are watching this on replay, or if you're tuning in now, just drop a comment down below saying that. Has God ever nudged you to do something and you just thought, nah, I'm too busy, I'm not good enough, it's not the right time, there's too much going on, whatever the reason is, this is the episode for you. But drop a comment down below and let me know what that is all about. So where do I sense something that God, once placed in me that I stopped tending? And I get this understanding that, life gets busy. And I think about the time when my dad was dying last year. And I used to go and visit him in the hospital. So I'm on the Isle of Wight, he's in London. And I went and did some of my work actually in a hotel near his hospital. And I would see my clients in the morning because I was a speech therapist then. And then I'd go and see him in the afternoon. And he was in a bad shape, Kate. I'm not going to lie. It wasn't very pleasant. And I found that quite hard. And when I came back from that week-long visit, I needed to do something about it. I needed to create. And I spent some time with a friend who doesn't live nearby, but is also creative. And she was going through a difficult time. I was going through completely different things. Her marriage had fallen apart, and her son was having difficulties with his mental health, and so we were going through sort of similar things. And I just thought, let's join together and have a time of creativity and paint together on Zoom, which is what we did. And I needed to paint something for my dad. I had this deep conversation with him about life and about accepting Jesus into his life, and it was just really beautiful conversation. And I thought, well, I'm going to now paint a picture. And even in that time when it was like I was grieving because I knew I was losing my dad, God was being tender with me, and he showed me a picture of the city in gold, and I painted that, and I had some fabric that I was using, and it was just a really special time, painting this picture. It wasn't perfect, but God was speaking through that time of creation and through that time of grief. And what was I telling myself? I was thinking, oh, I won't do this now, I'll do it later. I haven't got time. There's too much going on. My dad's dying. I'm trying to support this other person with mental health issues. I can't do it. Okay. But God is saying, be still and know. That verse in Psalm 46, verse 10, be still and know. And stillness doesn't mean striving. it it means just, yeah, stop striving, really. And I just feel that purpose, clarity comes from that presence with God, not from pressure, thinking I've got to do. And so, you know, when you think of John 10 verse 27, when he talks about his sheep and that the sheep listen to him and they know his voice, you know, listening is a relationship. It's not a skill. You know, when I used to work as a speech therapist, people, the parents used to say to me, oh yeah, he's had his hearing checked and his hearing is fine, which is a physical thing. But listening is completely different. Listening is really understanding what that person is saying, you know, picking out the important bits of that conversation or off that sentence and knowing what to do with it. And so listening to God is a relationship thing. It's and it's not a skill. But you don't fail at hearing. You need to practice it. You need to practice listening to God. So what I wanted to share with you now is that I am doing a 6-week course starting on the 16th of January, and I'm really excited about it. So this 6-week course is called Purpose with God, and I have priced it so that it's completely accessible to wherever you are. £120, or you can do it as a payment plan for £20 per week. And it's accessible on purpose because I just feel purpose is worth investing in. So you can go to christianartjournaling.com/purpose with God. Okay, and I've left the links in the description as well. But why am I telling you this? Because the doors of this close on the 10th of January. So if you are wanting to join the Purpose with God course, then it's a live course. I've left the link, as I said, and you can join now. You can spread your payments over the next few weeks. And there is a Facebook group, so it's a pop-up Facebook group, so you can meet other Christian women who are on this journey together. So let's just have a look at what we've got here. We're going to talk about hearing his call, walking with him, and just discovering what your creativity is and how God can use that, you know. I am just so excited for this. So when you can see that we've got week 1, we'll be talking about awakening and hearing the call. Week 2, we'll be talking about mapping your shape, because we are all created in a specific way. Our shape is completely different from another person's shape. I don't mean this as a physical shape. This is the idea that's been taken from Rick Warren. SHAPE is an acronym. Spiritual gifts, your heart, your abilities, your personality, and your experiences. Okay, every single person has a different shape, and so we'll be looking at that in week 3. We'll be looking at the valley of doubt. We will have doubts, yeah. And we'll be thinking about your fear and your money stories that you have, because you think, well, how could God use me? How can I actually earn from this, these skills? And then week 4, we'll be looking at the finding your strength in the community. We'll be looking at your vision, and we'll be creating something in partnership with God. So it is just an incredible journey, and I can't wait to actually join you on that journey as well, gently leading you through that. There will be replays. I've got the wrong dates here, but it'll be starting on the 18th of January, which is a Sunday, 8 p.m. UK time. And we'll be going through those 6 journey. But, you know, it's going to be I'm going to build it with you, this course. So as you have these questions, we're going to answer them together, and we're going to listen to God and find what your purpose is in. So yeah, I can't wait to see you on this journey. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm going to just stop sharing now. But yeah, we are going to have an incredible journey, and I can't wait to see you on that. So have a look at the link down in the description, and I will see you in the next live stream, which will probably be in a few days' time, actually, because I wanted to get it all out there before the Christmas rush. So anyway, if you have any questions, send me a DM. I can't wait to hear from you. Take care. God bless.